Tell me, what do you think does not look correct? Yeah. This thing apart, find out what actually happened. I have no clue. Kind of sort of slept. I couldn't turn my mind off of trying to figure out every little top to bottom scenario of what could go on, and the best thing to do is start tearing into it. So first things first, yanking the plugs out. I'm going to see what that looks like. Taking the plugs out, what I'm looking for is any peppering on the porcelain or anything on that spark plug to tell me that possibly there was some bad detonation. Pop those valve covers off. Going to look for broken rocker arms, bent push rods, and while you're at it, would you please hit that subscribe button? Would do the channel a whole lot of good. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate you. I got something in there. Okay, well, I got something floating in the oil on that side. I'm going to see if it's magnetic. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, shit. I got pieces of something in there. I got a feeling the intake is coming off. Crap. I'm gonna see if I can dig some of this out real quick. Let me go grab the magnet. There's chunks of something. Oh, there's chunks of something in there. Give me 1 second. I gotta go grab a magnet. All right, got my trusty magnet. So. Oh. There's the chunk, or chunks of something. So I'm going to do a little bit of dissecting, figure out what's going on. Intake manifold's coming off. So yeah, at that point, intake's coming off. God, I hope this didn't make it towards the bottom end. If it did, oh, it's another number one, plugs oil. That's going to tell you everything. So I drain the oil, and on the magnetic plug, I'll grab you the rag. The motor's got to come out of the car. The motor's got to come out. But to you guys, this might just look like, well, it's just a bunch of oil on there. It's not. On the magnetic drain plug, yeah, I pulled out stuff like this. This is so thin, I'm looking at it going, I don't know if it's a chunk of bearing. But the thing is, it's hard to tell. You can see all those little crunchies in there. Yeah, that's all metal. That is all metal. So at that point, I'm looking at it going cylinder walls. So, I'm trying to set it up here on the truck, sorry. So I'm looking at it going cylinder walls. It had to make it through, and when that thing popped, I was 8th mile. I mean, I was literally first to second, pulled it, and I was running part of second gear up, and you can see where your 8th mile is, and I'm running it up and just getting ready to get out of it, and all of a sudden just boom, I get that backfire. So from that point, when it hit, I just instantly looked down at everything. I saw, I ran out of, I didn't have any oil pressure. You know, so it was like bang, and I just kind of let out of it about half throttle. You know, I'm kind of looking around, and it was like, oh crap, you know, no oil pressure or anything like that, and then I turned it off. So even at that point, you know, only takes a couple of seconds to cycle everything through. Another one that I thought was a little weird was I drained the oil out, and I mean, obviously I filled this thing up before I took off. There's maybe 2 quarts of oil. I mean, it's serious. I mean, I'm here. I mean, that's it. That's literally, that's it. That's all I got for oil. So looking at that, I'm not liking that. One of the things that I noticed when I was going down the track was when I'd let off on the big end and I was hitting the brakes, it would smoke. You know, I'd look in the rearview mirror and it's smoking. It's not like billowing, but it's smoking. So I'm like, man, what the hell? One of the things I did notice was my my vent for my transmission. I run like a 6AN line going into a little reservoir tank that keep, you know, an overflow tank. It's off. It popped it off the little nipple that's on the transmission. I'm shining lights up there, and I saw that because I had a little bit of transmission fluid on the exhaust, and the underside of it was a little shiny. You know, and I'm grabbing it and smelling it, and obviously it's training fluid. So at that point, I know that might have been some of it, but to be that low on oil, again, I mean, before I left, I checked the oil. I did everything I'm supposed to frickin' do. So I'm thinking, man, what's going on? I don't know yet. And then the water, I ended up looking at that, and I was probably down the neck that far out of the radiator. Now I do know after the first run I made, the radiator cap was only on 1 click. It wasn't on 2 clicks. So when I came back, I noticed I had a puddle, you know, probably a 2-foot round puddle underneath the radiator. Obviously, popped the hood. What's going on? Saw that. So I think that's where the water went. But the oil, I'm not sure on that one. That one's got me a little bit till I pull the pan apart and start looking at everything. So again, I'm just gonna get a lot of this done. So the next video you guys see, it's either gonna be the motor's out or motor's out. Got that out and about. Just drained all the water out of it, all that stuff. Now I'm going to start tearing her apart. So let's get into this thing and see what kind of carnage actually happened. Yeah. All right, I'm letting you guys see it at the same time I'm seeing it. Ooh. There's some debris. Yeah, something definitely sneeze, hiccup, farted, and backfired all at the same time. So let's take the rockers off. Take the rockers off, start checking those out, push rods out, see if maybe a lifter exploded. Not sure yet. Oh, that's nice. Take a look at this. See the helicoil? There's the stud. There's the helicoil. Let's start taking a better look here. Yeah. You can see I got the lifters out, and I ended up taking a magnet before I even took anything out, and I tried to clean up all the debris that was inside here. I tried to get a majority of it. And I'm going to show you over here what I ended up getting. Now this, all of this, all of that right there, this is all metal. Everything that's in here is just shards of metal. And then what you see is the black. I mean, all of this is just individual chunks of metal. I still don't know what it is. I went through, and that was what I got out of the pan. But I went through and I checked all the roller lifters. And this is what I did, and this is what I ended up doing. Everything's numbered, labeled, all that stuff. Everything spins fine. Everything, there's no friction. Everything spins good. The rocker arms are good. I have one that everything, you know, literally it spins great. But this is the one that I was talking about. I have a little bit of side to side movement. Now they all have a little bit of movement, but this one's just got a little bit more than the others. Like I said, I mean, if I get it up close here, you can see where I got that much. Now that's 6 intake. Now if I just grab anything else, I'll grab number 1 exhaust. There's still spins free, and then there's that much movement. It's like almost half the amount. So I don't know. Ooh, excuse me. I think I might talk to T&D and just bring it up. It's not alarming, but it's a little looser than the other ones. So far, no push rods are bent. I found a couple of wear marks that I didn't like on the push rods, like that. Obviously, it's rubbing on the casting of the cylinder head. So I marked those ones off. I'm going to take a look at it once I pop the heads off. So that's where we're at right now. Next step's going to be pulling the heads. Here we go. Alrighty, well, we got the cylinder heads off, and we did find this on the passenger cylinder head. Number 6, right there. You see the witness marks on it, and then you can see where we're touching at the bottom, say around 6 o'clock, and we got a little bit of a gap from about 3 to 9. So we bent the valve. Well, you could be looking at it going, how'd you bend the valve? Well, tell me, what do you think does not look correct? Yeah. We broke a rod. That rod went bye-bye. Driver's side looks great. The cylinder head looks good, but obviously we snapped a rod. So we're going to pull the pan off, see how bad the carnage is down below, and we'll be able to take it from there. And of course, I got Schuler over here doing a little bit of work, getting a little dirty. So we're going to tear into this, and we're going to do a little welding on the old man's collector on his hot rod. He's got the driver's side header done right now, mocked up, and then we're going to weld on the passenger side collector, and that way he can get started and start working on that passenger side for pretty much the rest of the week. He'll just do a little half hour here, half hour there. So let's keep digging. Here we go. We're going to pull the pan off, and you guys get to see it the same time I do. I've already heard crap moving around, and oh, guys, this is going to be ugly. Here we go. I'm going to bring you down a little bit so you can see what's going on. I think we got the other back one to do. There.
He's got one on the corner. There. Got it.
Maybe. Oh, still got the bolt in it.
Ready?
Hey. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
And there we go. Oh, buddy. Oh, it chewed that rod up to nothing. Oh, here, let's go ahead and set her on the ground. Shall we see what we got in our stocking, boys and girls? Oh, just sliced my fucking finger.
How was that?
Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, we're going to take a good look at the block.
Not good.
Alrighty, boys and girls. There's our damage. So, I'm going to put you guys on pause and take a little better look. Okay, so we showed you inside the pan, but we wanted to flip everything over and take a look and see what we found. Oh, we took a chunk out of the bore, as you can tell. She ended up getting the camshaft and the creme de la creme here. Yeah. That right there is probably 1/8 of an inch deep inside that crank. Also, if you look at the color of that rod compared to the color of that rod. So I can guarantee you that one's screwed up as well. Here's the piston. Yeah, it shredded that piston. So I'm going to get a hold of my guy who does all of the short blocks, and I'm going to see if this 502 block is still savable. I know I'm going to have to sleeve it, but I'm not sure if it took too much of the lower skirt out to where we can still use it. So that's where we're going to end this lovely episode of what happened to the Camaro and the carnage. Pretty much it's going to be a short block. It's at least a rotating assembly for sure. I'll get back with you guys and let you know if the block is salvageable or what happened. Cylinder head, I'm going to probably get a hold of Steve and Kyle Morris, and they already told me if I need anything that they'll help me out. So I'm going to talk to those guys too. So alrighty, well, adios my friends, and hopefully the next one that you see is an update on moving forward. So keep cracking at it, you guys. This is just the price you pay if you want to go fast, right? Right. All right. See you guys later. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.